Hold on real quick. Let me ping real quick. Regulars. Matter of fact, you doing it, bro? Cause y'all niggas pings be better than mine. My shit be looking ghetto as a bitch.
Nah, I got it. Hold on. Mine's amazing.
How do you fuck up a ping?
Wait, what's the topic?
It's this Gojo versus Sukuna, bro.
Yeah, versus Heian and Sukuna. Do you
All
wanna
right.
be moderator?
Nah, bro. I don't trip, bro. As long as like you don't send disrespectful things to each other. Like I don't care if you interject me. Unless you feel like I say something stupid.
You're kind of like Asperger's, so do you want to just get it moderated?
I'm not Asperger, bro. Just don't curse
you
me.
didn't agree that next time y'all talk over each other, just get a moderator, bro.
I know what I'm saying, bro. And I can have regular debates, bro. Like I don't yell unless the person yell at me first. Just don't yell at me first. Matter of fact, don't say anything to me and act like I'm gonna go for it. How about that?
No, he's gonna talk over you, so you might as well get a moderator.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna talk over you, bro.
I'm talking
all of your debates, you're definitely gonna.
No. I'm
not. I can show you 15 debates where I don't talk over people. I don't do that unless I'm provoked. I don't just come off the rip. I don't just come up. I never come off the rip cutting people off. They have to provoke me first. That's what I always do. Literally. I literally always get provoked. So just don't provoke me.
He using the nigga strat. I'm only a nigga until you make me a nigga.
We're dead ass. Like I'm only a nigga till you make me a nigga, bro. But I'm so serious. If you don't like me, little did I know, me and D1 had like one of the calmest debates of all time because we mutually knew not to fucking overtalk each other, bro.
Wait. Calamity's gonna talk over you, and then you're gonna get mad at him.
Okay. So if he talks over me, then he just better know that he's talking to talk over King. So he just better play his cards correctly. I'm not gonna what the fuck.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. Do you want me to start?
Go ahead, bro. You can start, bro.
Yeah. So I think
look at that clean ass.
No, I think Gojo just goes over Sukuna.
I mean, it's pretty obvious that you think that. Why do you think that?
Yeah, I think it's just displayed like in their fight.
Okay.
Let's get Calamity.
That's not the version of Sukuna I'm using, so I can agree that Gojo is.
There's a distinction.
This definitely is a distinction.
What's the distinction?
I mean, one, they're fundamentally two different characters. That's the first distinction. One of them is Megana. The other one is Sukuna. So off the rip, that's just the biggest distinction that you need right there.
I mean, if we're talking in terms of power scaling, what's the distinction?
You said scaling? Yeah, that's indicative that they would be the same scaling. That'd be something impossible for you to prove. Why are two? Well, wait.
One just has a different colloquial name. Nobody
wait a minute. Why would two fundamental different characters have the same scaling?
Yeah, if they're not fundamentally different, nobody refers to him as Megana. Nobody refers to him anything else but Sukuna. And he's
they are fundamentally different. He has a different. Yeah, my bad, bro. They are fundamentally different. He has different abilities that he does not have access to, and he has a different pool of arsenal and a different soul inside his body. It's like a whole different person. Hold on, stop. You see, you just cut me off. You just cut me off, bro. Come on now. I didn't stop talking. I took a breath. I don't, just ramble. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So as I was saying, it's a different soul inside the body. And we see that his appearance changes drastically. And we see the way he fights, it should be different also. So the character looks different. We obviously know his arsenal is different. And yeah, it's a fundamental difference.
Wait, literally. So he has his own soul inside of his body. He just has an extra soul. I don't know how you can determine the way he fights is different. Even if you can determine the way he fights is different. I can determine that. He has a different skill set, which has his own skill set. So it's just him plus another thing. There's no distinction. It's just Sukuna plus another thing.
Hold on, bro. You just told me the distinction that he fights different. He would be using a different.
I said,
okay, well, that's basically that's what you're.
I said even if
that's what. Stop cutting me off, please. You're doing it right now.
He's cutting you off. You just tried to lie.
You're cutting me off. Okay. Okay. Are you allowing interjections?
You literally just misrepresent my points. I'm trying to correct.
Okay, so my fault. You didn't say it, but the things that you said flat out details that because you sat here and said that he has a different level of abilities and arsenal. He obviously fights with the 10 shadows. Regular Sukuna does not fight with 10 shadows. He doesn't even have access to that level of it. He doesn't have access to Maharaga. We obviously know that his plan with Gojo was completely different, and he was going to a more of an analytical thing as they were doing domain battles, and he was kind of used Maharaga to bypass the infinity. Gojo, Sukuna, in ever the fight prior to that, when he's not in Megana's body, does not fight the same. So it's a fundamental difference. Yes, that'd be a fundamental difference. Their type of their play style, right? Like how Curry and LeBron are fundamentally different characters because they play different. He's fighting different. That's the fundamental difference right then and there. Do you want proof
what
of
would
that?
actually be analogous is if Curry's soul was inside of LeBron's body and Curry's soul just took over it. He has the same skills, he's the same stats, he's the same everything as him. He also just completely
Why did you?
that's
the end
of his
that's what's
arsenal.
in question.
I don't even think he fights differently from Heian. I don't
That's
think
the
you can
you.
display that.
You don't gotta think
and
that. I
even then,
just
the arsenal
explain
is
how. I explained
well, then I know
my
that.
fault.
I don't need to the fucking.
Okay, I explain how they fight differently though, and then again,
Just
I
explain
don't
that he
care.
has 10 shadows. I don't. The way he actually uses 10 shadows is he fucking doesn't for the first portion of the fight. And
Yeah,
then
he
later
just
on,
uses hand-to-hand combat. Hand-to-hand combat is a base skill for everybody.
He uses shrine.
Hold on, hand-to-hand combat's a basic attribute for everybody, but that's what's in question. That's what's in. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Stop just saying he uses strength. That's what's in question.
Yeah.
The thing that's in question. Hold on, bro. The thing that's in question is even if they scale at like the same place. That's what's in question.
Okay,
you know
I think
that,
I
right?
already displayed how.
How did you display that? From him saying that he has the same soul in his body? Why is that enough? Why is that enough justification?
Yeah, I already explained why.
No, you did not. Why is that enough justification for him?
He's fundamentally the same. Again, he's just fundamentally the same character.
You just telling me he's a fundamentally.
He is Sukuna with 20 fingers of his part.
Okay, so how does that make him? So what defines? I think what defines a sorcerer would be their curse energy and their curse techniques. If he fundamentally has a different curse technique and he uses that curse technique more than he hold on, wait a minute, bro. He uses that curse technique more than what he usually does, right? And he actually adapts his style to specifically counter Gojo a specific way with using those specific curse techniques. That would be a fundamental difference. That's like saying how Yuji fights now with the blood manipulation. You give him the 10 shadows, yes, he'd be a fundamentally different character. It's two different characters.
So again, it's not replacing it. It's just adding it on. He still utilizes his techniques. It's not like like the 10 shadows just completely override shrine.
Yeah, I never said.
Shrine. There's not a distinction in strength because he has another technique in front of him that does not.
Okay. Wait. I'll just explain why it's a distinction in strength in a minute. But that's the thing, right? Stop cutting me. Stop cutting. Why don't you keep talking, bro? Cutting me off for it, bro. I'm not even trying to cut you off at all. Just please, stop cutting me off.
I took a breath, calm your titties.
Nah, please. I'm letting you know now. Please stop cutting me off.
I took a breath, bro. Calm your titties.
Okay, don't cut me off again. As I was saying, bro, until I was really cut off. Yes, you didn't understand what I was saying. Their fight style, their play style is what makes people two fundamentally different things. If they do not fundamentally fight the same way, then you cannot possibly say these characters are the same. As I gave another distinction to why they will be distinguished, as the other one has 4 arms and his appearance is different. So obviously the author's trying to illustrate us a difference, and they'll obviously illustrate the way that they're fighting to be different. So I would say if it quacks like a duck, it walks like a duck, it's a fucking duck. It's obviously two fundamentally different characters. It may hold the same name, but these characters do not act or fight the same. Like we can, and I'll just show. Hold on, I'll show. I'll show furthermore. I'll show furthermore proof. I'll show furthermore proof. No, I'll just show. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not done yet. I'll just show furthermore proof of why you can make the distinction between Sukuna and Megana too. Here you go.
Okay. Is Infinity here?
I said I'm not done. Here, I'll show you the difference. I'll show you what. I'll show you. I'll show you why. I'll show you why these characters are fundamentally different too. Here you go. I'm about to send it to you.
Again, I don't think by the duck analogy shows why there would be a difference in strength. Even though
yeah, it doesn't. You don't. You saying I don't think why something. You saying stop cutting me off. You saying why I don't think something is not an accurate argument. I don't give a fuck what you think. You don't gotta think that I gotta have money. That doesn't mean I don't have money.
Is it a okay, you're
saying. Do you know what the duck raiser is? How long you been debating for? Do you know what the duck raiser is? You ever heard of that before? You have?
Explain it then.
A duck raiser is like a playoff of like Aquaman's razor. Do you know what Aquaman's razor is?
Yeah, I know what Aquaman's razor is.
Yeah, so it's just a playoff of like the Aquaman's razor. I'll just say it explain it to you, nigga. I explain it to you like in it's a duck test. I'll explain it to you like in more simpler terms. Essentially, if it's something, Stop. Why you're just talking just to talk, bro? You know I'm about to say you're just talking just to talk. Hold on, bro. Let me say what I gotta say. You're just talking just to talk. Stop rambling. Let me talk. I have not cut you off this one time, and y'all say it to me. I am trying to attack something, but when I'm trying to explain something, I keep getting interrupted. So I'm gonna tell you one last time again before it turns to that you don't want to turn it into. Could you please stop cutting me off? Because the last time I'm gonna tell you this. Don't cut me off again. 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 As I was saying, the duck test is a deductive reasoning, and it drawing the most likely conclusion given the evidence. So, what I'm trying to conclude is that these characters are not the same character. There is a fundamental difference between them. We see fundamentally that they're two different looking people. One of them has fucking 2 arms. Obviously, what do arms have? Arms give you the ability to punch and throw things. So now you have double that because you add another thing of arms, and you can also weave different spells with having multiple different arms, and you know he can use multiple different enchantments because of different mouths on his body, which he couldn't previously do before. That's a fundamental physiologically difference than what he is with Megana. He obviously fights different. We have a fight style difference because he did not fight the same. He directly tried to use this thing to try to counter Gojo. We obviously know that Heian and Sukuna does not fight the same. Literally.
How do you know that?
I don't know.
Put that in the question. How do you know that?
Okay, so if you already know that, that is a fundamental difference in the characters.
That's not what I just said. Can you listen to what I'm saying?
You dumb diddly do. That is a fundamental difference in characters.
Because they look different, I already gave multiple reasons why they would be the same. Because they look different, I already asked for connected why that means that he's weaker.
I use my basis back. Okay. That would be a question for you. That's a question for you.
Why the duck test?
You're a question for you. All I'm trying to say is these characters are 2 fundamental different characters. So we cannot compare and contrast the 2. That's all I'm saying. You cannot compare and contrast the 2. I'm not even necessitating that one character is stronger than the other. I'm saying it's unfair to give a comparison and contrast to these 2 because they're fundamentally different.
The finger's getting stronger, but yeah.
You said, okay, so that's your reason. Wait a minute.
You're not actually
okay, that's your reasoning. That's your reasoning to why you think that. I obviously do not think that's the case. I think there's different factors. I don't think that the fingers getting stronger would automatically increase his AP, speed, and durability. I think I can drop
the scans for him. And
drop the scans with the fingers give you an increase to speed, AP, and durability.
Okay, I'll show where they give an increase to Chris energy and Chris energy.
I said show me that I gave them.
I never claimed that unless you want to go.
So if you never claimed that, I don't care. I don't care that. I don't claim.
Unless you want to go and do non sequitur.
I don't care. I don't care then. So if you never claimed that, I don't care.
The fingers say you get stronger every day, and what we actually get like explanations from that.
Alright, so hold on. You can't destroy them. That's a powerful curse.
Adds into your reinforcement, and your reinforcement is used to enhance your physical capabilities. I can drop all these scans. I don't care if you're
come on, Calamity. I specifically think those fingers are the ones that's just getting stronger. I don't know why that would equate to Sukuna getting stronger, right? I just think those fingers over time, I would think those fingers over time is getting more tougher and shit like that. I don't understand why that would add an increase to your speed, AP, and durability. You're not.
I already gave a reason to my point.
You can give a reasoning to that, but it doesn't mean that reasoning is valid. From the scans you showed me, I don't think the reasoning is valid.
I already gave everything we can build infinity.
Okay. So you didn't argue it. I don't give up what you're saying. Argue it. Are you gonna argue it or no?
I did argue it. You just tried
to. What did you argue?
Yeah.
That's ironic. That's ironic. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go. Infinity. Let me just explain my point one last time before we can just end this point, and I can go to my scaling afterwards. Basically, all I'm trying to prove is that these 2 characters are just fundamentally different. That means you can't use them as a cross scaling. I'm not saying that someone's stronger than someone. I'm not going to get into that to the next point. All I'm saying is that these characters are 2 fundamentally different. Okay, he thinks I won this point. Thank you. So you need to find another line of scaling. He thinks I won the point. You need to find another line of scaling.
I'll discuss judgment after. We can just move on to your scaling.
Okay. So you know, like Gojo says that he don't think he could have beaten Heian or Sukuna?
No, you show that.
Okay. Did any of y'all JJ gay niggas have the scan where he says that?
I mean, I know what you're gonna scan. I'm gonna claim you're hedging it because you are hedging.
Okay. Gojo says lost against Sukuna. Let me go find out.
Calamity getting slammed by me, and then he got slammed by Deadboy, but it's crazy. It's bad.
Who is even speaking? Oh, Nemesis? Yeah, nobody think he won, by the way.
We didn't
right here.
I know you're retarded.
So
You're
do you know?
fucking
Do you know
saying
like?
like a
Do
fucking
you know
slut.
like? Hold on.
Nobody
Do you
said
know
you
what
wanted to
narratives?
be
Do you know like how narratives like help a point, right? Or do I need to explain that to you? Do you know like how?
Sure. They can.
You know how verses try to like detail this certain thing, and they're trying to explain this
They
thing.
can
And
in some instances, sure.
okay, I'm glad you know. Right here. So again, this is just a preponderance. All right, thank you. I'm wasting the scan. Thank you, Future. So this is just a preponderance of evidence, just adding on to that. So we have
Yeah, so
earlier.
exactly like I said,
Stop cutting me off. Stop cutting me off. Let me make the argument. I don't know why you're talking. I don't know why you're talking. I didn't finish making an argument yet. I didn't didn't even articulate it. I read what the scan said. That's not an argument.
Even then,
I
I'm
read
gonna
what
say
the
you're
scan
hedging
said.
because you're just
I read
hedging.
what the scan said. It's not an argument. Stop cutting me off. I'm gonna cut your head off like a fucking goose. Don't cut me off.
No, or like I don't care. You're not scary, bro.
Right here, I don't give a fuck. I gotta scare you or not. My mom said, "I'm putting fear in your heart because you had to cut me off. If you would just shut the fuck up and let me argue, you
I
may
don't
even
think
get your
you
ass
can speak
beaten.
fucking
Oh, that's why you're
God's not
scared.
hiding.
You scared because you could beat me in a cutoff battle. I don't know why you thought that, bitch. I could just simply overtalk you. Don't know who the fuck you're talking
Blah
to, boy.
blah
Sit
blah.
down, wait your fucking turn and be the fuck quiet. Stupid
Blah
ass
blah
bitch.
blah.
Fuck wrong with you? Niggas be getting a cutoff battle with me. Shut
Blah
the fuck
blah
up, bitch.
blah blah.
Usually I do be hearing Deadboy cut a nigga off, but he literally set up his condition before and Calamity even cut him off the entire time.
You look like a bitch
I
from
have
that
no
family.
clue what this
You look
guy
like
said.
a hoe.
Literally, bro. This nigga try to adapt the new fucking play style. Nigga, no, you can't fuck with me, boy. Fuck wrong with you? Anyways, like I was saying, the narratives are obviously trying to pertain this thing about this version of Sukuna I'm using. You're reaching your limit. I've seen it. What surpasses the horizons of sorcerers, spirits, and strong fighters is overwhelming aggression that disregards everything else. We know this is a narrative thing that's true because he told the same thing to Jogo. He said you would have surpassed Gojo if you just would have burnt everything to the cinder and not give a fuck about anything. So we know that Sukuna's just overwhelmingly aggressive, and his ignorance allows him to be the top tier in the verse. It's stated that he was top tier back then, and then Gojo, who would know about Sukuna's lore, then later on says, quote unquote, I don't think I even gonna beat him without Megumi's 10 shadows. And also in the novel, Gojo says that he would have trouble with his ancestor, where his ancestor was in the golden age and Sukuna was just top tier in the golden age. I'll give you that scan if you want. But there's just too many lines of scaling of
So for the first guy, you just hedged the claim. He said he's stronger. He admits inferiority to Heian Sukuna, so you just fucking hedged the claim. He said, I don't think he could have beaten that version of Sukuna. Yeah, you just hedged the claim. You said that he said he was stronger. Yeah, he said you said that Gojo stated himself that he's stronger. No, that Heian Sukuna is stronger than Gojo. And then he posed this down saying, I don't think this Sukuna, even if he didn't have 10 shadows, he wouldn't have beaten me. So you fucking hedged the claim. And this is just fucking possibly. I don't think it's
you hear your voice? You hear your voice just went like a little like wimpy because you just knew what the fuck you were saying was bullshit. Read the scan out again.
I don't think it went wimpy at all. Yeah.
No, read the scan. No, actually read the scan what it says. Read what it says.
Yeah.
Read it out loud.
Sure if I could have beaten him even if he didn't have the 10 shadows. He never
what is that him saying?
Sukuna.
What is that him saying? What is that him saying?
If Sukuna didn't have 10 shadows, then he could have beaten him. That's not Heian Sukuna. I think I already posted.
What are you talking about? That would be that would be because what is that chap? What is the panel before that? I think my fault. I thought you were reading JJK. What is the panel before that? He said Sukuna. Shut the fuck up. He said Sukuna was still holding back. Wait, hold on. He said Sukuna was still holding back. We obviously see in the fight that Sukuna transforms into the 4-arm form. He literally says
later on.
Sukuna.
Sure, after the statement.
He said he could be wrong. Why would you be wrong in the state of death?
I said after the statement.
That's not after the statement. It's before.
This is after the statement. No,
it's not. The panel
is made, he turns into Heian Sukuna.
No. The panel before he says Sukuna. It's like one of the first panels when he's dead. He says Sukuna was still holding back. Then he says, "I don't think I would have beaten him even if he didn't use 10 shadows." Obviously, he's referring to his not. Hold on, be quiet. Obviously, he's referring to his not holding back form. Then we have the thing, which is furthermore proof. Shut the fuck up. It's furthermore proof. You're reaching your limit. I've seen it. What surpasses the horizons. I hope you know what horizons mean. Horizons are sorcerers. They're strong fighters. Cursed spirits is overwhelming aggression disregards all else. So basically saying this form of Sukuna is above everybody in the verse, which Gojo should be the horizon of fucking whatever the fuck he is. And then Future sent the scan too. He said, Gojo said he would have trouble with Sugawara no Michinazane. Obviously, anybody from the Golden Age, Sukuna would have just stomped. So again.
So I think I already attacked the first one, and then the second point. Why do you think Uro has sufficient knowledge on Gojo to make this claim?
You said what? She doesn't have. Earl
Why
doesn't
do you
have to
think
have
she
no.
does?
That's the thing. Earl doesn't have to have knowledge on Gojo to make the claim that Sukuna surpasses her sorcery itself.
Okay, so how do you know that Gojo didn't? Based on Earl's
I don't know
standards, how do you know Gojo didn't?
because Gojo is never stated that Gojo surpassed the horizon of sorcery.
So you're
Because
appealing to ignorance.
I'll explain why.
You're
Because
just
I
appealing
asked
to
you.
ignorance.
Wait, time out. Be quiet. I asked you multiple times. Do you know how narratives work? How authors use callbacks, and how use narratives to try to pertain certain points. Gojo, the whole series is called the strongest sorcerer of the modern era. The strongest sorcerer of the modern era. Obviously, they're trying to build Sukuna to be. I always knew Sukuna was stronger, to be stronger than him. If Gojo is called the horizon of sorcery, they directly use the word I've seen what surpasses the horizon of sorcery. She doesn't have to see Gojo, but obviously the narrative is trying to implicitate that because it's backed up later on by Gojo self-admitting himself that he couldn't have beat him without it, and he says Sukuna was still holding back. And we also have the novel on top of that. This is preponderance of evidence. This is the basic thing in debating. My claim is more than 50% true. You have nothing else.
So you have nothing to your claim. I'll just like give a refutation to this. I just say that the horizons just most likely refers to just like what's common for sorcerers, like what is like the regular for sorcerers, and
You said most likely?
Just doesn't abide by that.
Are you saying most likely? Are you affirming that to be the case? Are you saying most likely? Likely still entails or some type of uncertainty you have. Are you affirming that or no? Are you affirming that to be true? Are you affirming that to be true, or are you saying it's more likely?
I don't need to affirm anything.
Yes, you don't need to affirm nothing in the debate.
I don't need to affirm anything on this. I'm just giving my interpretation.
It's not an argument.
I'm just giving my
argument. It's not taken into account. You don't actually believe what you're saying. You don't actually think that's true.
That's not what I said. I'm just giving an interpretation.
You're giving an interpretation? Okay, so if you're not affirming that interpretation, you're not putting it into question to counter what I have to say. You're not making
why
it
do you think you need to affirm something to put it into question?
You said why? Because it's not taken as the actual. If you're telling me something possibly can be, that's not you saying that is what it is.
Possibly could be.
You said most. Okay, that still implies some level of uncertainty. You're not affirming it. That's just telling me what you think. I don't give a fuck. That's what niggas tell me. I hate when niggas do that in debates. That's what tell me what you think. I don't care what you think. We have to argue about what it is.
Okay, I don't need to affirm anything. I already gave it.
Be quiet. Be quiet. Your argument changes. Wait a minute. Your argument changes when you say this is the fact. You're not saying this is the case. If you're not arguing something is the case, I don't feel the need to respond to it. No. I don't care.
If you don't want to respond to my argument, you can just
because it's not a valid argument. Yes, show me where that's a valid argument. Show me where possibility arguments is taken in any type of court of debate. Or any type of form of debate. Tell me where you're seeing a president go like on a pedestal. Be like, most likely. When they make claims, tell me where people be like the most likely. You're not even making a claim. You're just telling me your opinion. I don't give a fuck what you got to say. I don't give a fuck about your little JJK opinion, bitch. Debate me.
Okay, I already gave it most likely interpretation. I'll just drop this count.
You give me the most likely interpretation. What makes it the most likely interpretation? Based off of what?
Based on evidence.
Based off what evidence?
Yeah, I just said I'm gonna drop it.
Okay. Yeah, Michizani, that has to be the person that had the limitless and the blue eyes. That would be his ancestor. It would add up too for the years, like the year count, like how much people like we know, how many years would have did it.
Oh, Deadboy, bro, you think Calamity was your hardest debate?
No, one of my easiest.
Okay, you losing, but yeah.
You don't bet money then. Bet money right now. What you want to do? We can put stakes on this debate. You want to bet money in this debate?
I don't bet anything.
You want to bet money in this debate? Put $50 on this debate right now. Put $50 on. Put 50 on. Put 50 on it that you beating me right now.
Just said I don't bet anything.
Oh, I know you. I know that I don't bet nothing because you don't believe. Fuck wrong with you, stupid ass bitch. Nigga don't believe. You don't believe.
Whatever the fuck you're talking about.
You think you're most likely beating me? That's what you think?
I think I am.
Or do you think you're beating me? I don't have to use most likely. I know I'm beating your ass. I already told you what I was gonna do. I was gonna cut your head off like a goose and feed you back to your fucking community, bitch. Fuck wrong with you.
Hey, whatever you're fucking wrong.
Like a bird. I'll throw you some birds so you can eat.
Okay.
Look at you getting mad. I hear you getting mad. You mad? Fuck wrong with you, boy. You can't put a 50 in the debate. You can't talk to me, nigga. You don't got no money, boy. Shut up. Fuck wrong with you. You don't believe me. You don't believe me. So Sugawara has both limitless and 6 eyes together like Gojo? Yeah. I think, that has to be the one. The years add up.
Yeah, so he just should have surpassed his horizon by leaving everything. And the Horizon
said what?
was like
Yes.
standard.
Okay. Okay. We can go to conclusions.
Okay, I still need to attack this other argument, but
You can go to conclusions.
yeah,
You
he can just say
respond
they
to
can be troublesome
Wait,
based on his
Calamity,
attack with
repeat
like Hollow
the
Purple.
last thing you said.
You said what? What did you say?
Wait, you speaking?
What did you say?
Repeat the last thing you said before Deadboy said you can go to conclusions.
The fuck is that?
That's the nigga the judge.
Yeah, I know. I gotta turn you off. Pull up.
That boy slammed this nigga.
Yeah. So the whole argument that he's saying is that he like surpasses this Horizon. I just said I'm giving my interpretation that the Horizon is just like normative for like other sorcerers, and Sukuna surpassing that just most likely means that he's just like went through a different pathway to surpass these like regular ass fucking sorcerers. He's just like non-standard anymore.
Okay. So that's the thing. You just threw something in there where it was just regular ass sorcerers. So that's the thing. I'll explain this one last time. I hit you with like 5 different types of multifaceted evidences to prove why Sukuna was top tier in the verse. I said, "Do you understand how narrative things work within a verse?" You lied to me and told me yes. So if you knew how narrative worked, then you would explain why your argument is completely retarded. It's obviously within Sukuna's narrative because he's so overly aggressive. He can reach to any level he needs to reach. That is a conversation he literally has with Jogo. He says if you would have not cared about anything, you could have reached to the levels of what you wanted to reach, which was Satoru Gojo. Literally.
Okay, so you're not actually attacking it, but I'll go on to like this final point. I'll just say that this is most.
I don't. Wait. Time
like,
out. Because my argument. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you talk.
Yeah, so this one he could just say it can be like slightly troublesome. That's I don't even know why it's relevant. He can be like slightly troublesome, as in he like pushes him to like fucking low difficulty via like shit like Hollow Purple, since he's like, as you said, he's like the 6 eyes user.
You said to Hollow Purple.
Yeah, because he's a 6 eyes user. He can just be pushing.
Why does that? Why does having to push someone to name one fight other than Sukuna and Toji where it was slightly troublesome for Gojo?
Slightly troublesome for what?
Gojo.
What's slightly troublesome? What are you asking?
Someone that can actually affect him.
That can actually affect Gojo?
Yeah.
I mean, nobody. That's the whole point. Nobody can.
Okay, so thank you, you stupid ass bitch. That means this character. That means this character has a. Thank you, stupid ass bitch. That means this character has the means to affect Gojo some type of way. This means this character. This means this character has some type of means to affect Gojo.
I just explained
like that.
Want to just move on?
Straight like that. This character can affect Gojo some type of way. What means?
Yeah, Hollow Purple can just ban space.
Who?
Hollow Purple.
Why do you assuming this character has Hollow Purple?
If he has the 6 eyes, the 6 eyes is the thing highlighted to be able to give the sorcerer Hollow Purple.
That doesn't. Why does that mean?
No.
And I don't think. I think Hollow Purple is Gojo. I think Hollow Purple is Gojo specific, bro. I know it is. Matter of fact.
Okay.
Calamity.
Can you fact check, bro? Isn't Hollow Purple like Gojo specific, right?
I'm pretty sure he says like at the end of it, he says the
Calamity.
If you're asking me how, okay, 6. Okay, hold on. No, there's like
it's like 40 something.
Hollow Purple is unique to the Gojo clan, but it's very rare that it's Hollow. It's very rare. Shut up, see. Oh my god, it's very rare that a character gets 6 eyes.
I'll send it. Yeah, that's exactly what it says. I'll send it. It's chapter.
I said it's very rare that a character is able to create Hollow Purple same as it's very rare to get 6 eyes.
That boy slamming. That boy slamming. That boy slamming. That boy slamming. That boy slamming.
What is this? No, you're just like extremely quiet.
Guys, I hope this space goes well.
Yeah, it's chapter 75. I'll send it. It's just like a Gojo clan.
And it techniques that have been passed down to their own generations, how-to manuals, just different get that technique. Technique.
I'll send the chapter if you need it.
Okay. How would Gojo know this nigga has Hollow Purple?
If he has the 6 eyes, he can just say that.
Oh, okay. What are you trying to say? So that's what you think he's referring. That's what you think he's referring to. That he's just only Hollow Purple.
It's like we see, like especially in Vita's example, that if you don't have the 6 eyes, then your like utilization of infinity, like limitless, is like fucking butt cheeks.
Okay. So Gojo thinks he can possibly get hit by that Hollow Purple. It's fine.
Not even hit by it. He can just like he has means to bypass infinity. It's like blue band spaces.
Yeah. Okay. So let's put it like this: if Gojo is at a level he still wouldn't be slightly troublesome for him. That's troublesome for him because this character can have the means to affect/tag him. If this character couldn't tag him, that means it wouldn't be troublesome.
Okay, why? I can say it's slightly troublesome.
I'll explain it to you straight like this.
Wait,
if someone can't tag me, they're not troublesome. If someone has the means to actually touch me and have a way to affect me, they're troublesome. Yes,
yeah, I know you think that. You're just like repeating the argument.
Yeah, okay, because it's common fucking sense. You didn't explain why. Why does that make sense to you?
No, I just said that's just appealing to common sense, but I can just have like a bug crawling on my wall and say it's slightly troublesome. That doesn't mean it can like fucking like bite my arm off.
That's obviously a different circumstance. Why don't you use the same case? We know the circumstance of this.
Same cases,
that's not obviously
existing that has the capability to annoy you or cause you a little bit.
Okay, but obviously in the instance in the context they're talking about, they're not talking about annoying someone. It's because they're talking about fighting. You're fucking retarded, bro. I'm tired of it. I don't know if you're a rat or you're stupid.
I don't think.
Hold on. Obviously, the context is the strongest. Obviously, the context is the strongest. So in terms of a fight, in JJK, Sugawara is troublesome to Gojo. That means he has the means to tag and affect him some type of way.
Yeah,
even if he had the hollow purple, right? If Gojo was so much a level above him, he wouldn't even be able to get that shit off. But somehow he's still troublesome. That implies some type of low level or mid level of relativity. Is all I'm trying to say.
I already said he can have low level relativity.
Okay, Sukuna, none of them in that era even come close to Sukuna. That's what I'm trying to say. None of them even come close to Sukuna.
Why do you think that this guy can't push for like mid-diff?
He's the pinnacle that they can't even reach. They can't. None of them in that era can fuck with Sukuna. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so why does he not go to the horizon that he can like push into mid-diff and still not like compare up to him?
Who?
This like ancestor.
It's never ever alluded to in the verse that anyone back in the Golden Age can even push Sukuna
to
mid-diff.
That's just appealing to ignorance again.
That's not appealing. That's not even an appeal to ignorance. The way they explain it, they explain it.
We have no indication of this thing.
Oh my god! The way they explain it, they explain Sukuna to be so much of a level above everybody they can't fuck with him, bro. As the bitch literally says, I seen what surpasses the horizons of sorcery.
Okay,
so that'll be wait a minute. That'd be indicative that you think that this character will automatically fit the means that surpasses the horizon. My fault. The horizons of sorcery. I fucking just woke up. Wouldn't just woke up off the wake up and beat the nigga ass. Fuck around that boy.
Yeah, again, so the threshold to be able to like come up on Sukuna, to be able to mess with Sukuna, it can just be like pushing him to like high difficulty or pushing him to use his domain.
Why? Who are you to decide these thresholds?
This guy can just push him to mid difficulty.
Who are you to decide these thresholds?
I'm just giving an interpretation of what the threshold.
Okay, so if you're not asserting anything, shut the fuck up.
Okay,
shut the fuck up. I don't give a what your interpretation has to say with the series directly does not coincide with that. The series directly does not coincide with that. And matter of fact, Future, do you have the other scans too, where Sukuna's explaining about like the aggression thing, about like not caring, and about achieving a certain level of strength because of that? I know you sent them shit on last time. I just forgot to save all of them.
Oh yeah, I'll send it again.
All right, go ahead. There's like a lot more of it, right? Like the series keeps talking about it.
Of what?
Of like, so it's just like being able to not care and you be able to reach a certain level off of that.
Even now, just the one that says that just doesn't attack my argument at all.
Okay. You don't got to think so. I don't think you understand what I just did to you. You can't cross scale the two.
Just satisfy.
So the version, hold on, you can't cross scale the two. The version of Sukuna I'm using is called the top dog of the series. Gojo himself says that he can't beat him. Then you have this narrative thing. Then you have on top of that a novel scan. That's a multifaceted argument working and hitting you with like 6 different things. You getting shot at, you getting stabbed at, you getting jumped, and you getting beat with a fucking baseball bat. Right here. I never needed no one to satisfy me. I eat when I want to eat, play with music and kill whoever is in my way. I live by the benefits of nature. No one can grasp that. That's their problem. Doesn't that get old? No. Every human has his unique flesh. Yeah, it's basically saying that he does ignorant shit and he doesn't care about anything. That's what allows him to be at the level he's at, which is the top of the verse. That explains, that piggyback off of why. Right? That piggyback off of why. Stop cutting me off. That piggyback off of why Earl said what she said of her being the disregards all else. Now, She doesn't have to know about Gojo to make this statement, to make a general statement, because Gojo still fits under that reign of sorcery. But this version of Sukuna surpasses sorcery itself. That's what I'm trying to say. We know this to be true because Gojo himself says Sukuna was holding something back and I still couldn't have beaten him. So these are 5 different arguments that is working together to punish your little stupid ass. So
okay, the last 2 scans I think just fall into my like argument that I made before, and Uro can just be fucking talking about things that she doesn't know about.
Okay, that's not an argument. You could say Earl could be talking about things she doesn't know about it.
Sure.
It's not an argument.
You don't need to attack it, then that's fine.
It's not an argument. What is she not
why
are you
think
talking about her not
Gojo-
knowing about Gojo? If you're
I don't
saying
think
it's
she knows about the horizon of like any. Why do you think she knows the horizon? She knows the horizon of Gojo.
she can,
knows
because
the
she can
horizon of, like,
be.
any sorcerer.
I'll tell you why. Because she's a sorcerer, right? So she can have a general. If you're a sorcerer, that's disingenuous to say they wouldn't have a general, idea of how strong other people are in her era. So she
Fine.
can be a level of sorcery, right? And
Yeah, but you cut out for me.
my fault. Yeah, I said she can be at a level of sorcery, right? And I said just because you're a sorcerer, that doesn't mean he doesn't know like how strong other people are. And she's saying like when she encounters Sukuna, she could just tell intuitively, or she just knows that this nigga is above everybody. And I don't give a fuck. That argument's not relevant. Wait, time out. I don't give a fuck. That argument's not relevant. Hold on. I don't give a fuck because that argument's not relevant because this same idea is backed up multiple times in the verse. So it's a verse constant thing.
Okay, I think I already like the fact that.
Wait, hold on. So hold on. I'll just use Occam's razor. Wait a minute. I'll use Occam's razor. I'll use Occam's razor. I'll use Occam's razor again. The simplest explanation is the best explanation. It's more simple to explain that Gege keeps trying to illustrate this idea to us, and it takes more assumptions to assume. Damn, Gege would have been lying here. This instance too, Gege was lying, and this instance Gege was lying too.
Like how people perceive him from his era.
But it's not only from his era. We can move on.
Okay, can you prove that Earl has any knowledge or like any demonstration
we
of
can
any
move on. We can move on. We can move on.
Okay, I don't think
you
either
didn't
of us have
respond.
any other scaling.
Okay. Infinity, who do you think you won, bro?
I mean, I can present the win con if you really want.
Nah, that's all right. Whoever wins this point really wins the debate. But who do you think wins Infinity? Who do you think won?
Hey, Calamity, what was your contention to the
This guy
intuitives?
out. Which intuitive shit?
He said that she witnessed Sukuna and intuitively knew that that's the
Yeah, and I asked why. Like, do you think she's like a fucking psychic that just like knows the
nigga.
strings?
When did you say that?
Yeah, I said that. You maybe not heard it because he's like fucking throwing a tantrum.
Well, you could just tell me that in the recording, but the other shit, why is the entire point is contingent upon that? I guess that's my opinion.
No, Infinity. My reasoning to why intuitively think that, like I said right before, he didn't respond. I said because you could be I said sources at a certain level of strength should be able to know how strong other sources are at their time.
Yeah.
That's directly what I said. So I said so. Good.
So Gojo's ancestor was at the Heian era.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Yura was at the Heian era.
Yes.
And the ancestor and Gojo were relative, correct?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, obviously Deadboy won.
Thank you.
I mean, I already said that this person could be like low in relative. We both agreed he's like
Yeah,
low in
they're
relative.
low in relative, yes.
And then I argued that the threshold to being able to like fuck with Sukuna could be high in relativity because Sukuna at the mid end relative and Gojo can still be above.
Yeah, but the entire point is that there is a level of relativity, and although she probably has knowledge of this character who's in the Heian era, a sorcery, whatever that Heian era, which is Gojo's relative person. If he is still under the horizon of if he is still under the horizon of sorcery and Gojo's relative with him in any way to surpass the horizon of sorcery, there can be no relativity.
Thank you.
I think I already explained
How
the horizon.
How do you surpass the horizon of something but your relative was something below the horizon?
Yeah, again, because the horizon, like I said, can be like between Sukuna and the mid, but like above that, it's just
I can't hear you.
surpass
What
that
did you say?
horizon. Shit, let me turn myself up. Is that better?
Well, I'm about to leave VC. Infinity, let me know if he changes
you
your
can leave.
mind.
It doesn't really matter. Yeah. The horizon. Wait, we can stop recording as well.
You're just saying the more